Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the breakfast show. Again, solo mode today, and maybe tomorrow Jose will be solo. Actually, tomorrow Jose will be solo, and maybe Wednesday as well, because I will be off for the next 2 days. So, first of all, good morning to everyone joining us on this Monday morning, afternoon, maybe evening, because we are worldwide. We are worldwide, Mr. 305. So, we have a couple of things to touch on. We have some BMNR news. I just released a video about that. We got some Iren news as well, because Iren is up 10, 11% or so pre-market. And then as for the rest, we are a bit red right now pre-market, as you can see right here from the pre-market action. We have, I know it looks very dramatic, right? I know it looks very dramatic here because, oh, look at this, red. But NVIDIA is down 0.7, Microsoft 0.6, Google 0.6, Oracle 1%, because Oracle CEO is stepping down. She's now becoming executive vice chair of the board, and they will have two co-CEOs leading the cloud business. As for the rest here, not much, right? Not much has changed. If we look at our watch list, pre-market action, Iren is up 10%, ASTS is up 4.5%, Apple is up 0.9%, and the local 0.33. BMNR is down the most here at 4.8. It was down 8%, actually, because Ethereum was also down 7%. Reddit is down a little bit. Applied Digital is down. But yeah, again, these are pre-market prices. So when the market opens, things can definitely change, as there will be a lot more volume coming in. Now, with regards to Iren, I'll start off with that real quick, and then BMNR, and then a couple of price targets, as well. So, Iren, they doubled their AI cloud to 23,000 GPUs. They also raised their AI cloud ARR target to over $500 million. So, the $500 million, by the way, that's now the target for the annualized run rate by Q1 2026. Last quarter, well, the quarter that they just reported, they did tell us that they anticipate continued strong growth, targeting $200 to $250 million of annualized revenue from their AI cloud business by December 2025, driven by the expansion of over 10,000 GPUs. Of course, right now, there are 23,000 GPUs, but as you can see, there's a little one right here next to the Q1 2026. And if we go down, that's this. So AI Cloud ARR is calculated as GPU per hour pricing for contracted GPU multiplied by 8,760 hours per year. ARR of over $500 million is presented as an illustrative run rate measure of potential revenue based on a 23,000 GPU deployment and internal company assumptions regarding utilization and GPU pricing. It is not fully contracted. There can be no assurance that it will be achieved, and actual revenue may differ materially. Assumes on-time delivery and commissioning of GPUs. It's very important to note because it does change here everything, right? This is, again, not fully contracted, and there can be no assurance that it will be achieved. So we go, and by the way, this is not the first time that they do this. If we go back up, they said the following thing. I think there just is an issue across the board. We're back, by the way. I think there is just an issue across the board with regards to the streaming services, whether it's Restream or StreamYard. I think most of us have had issues lately. But yeah. Anyways, we're back right now. It's very strange because on my phone and on my tablet here, internet works fine. So maybe it is just these services that that have issues recently connecting to YouTube. But okay, we are back. So what I was saying, to meet a rising demand, Iren has purchased 7,100 NVIDIA B300s, 4,200 NVIDIA B300s, then also B200s, and 1,100 AMD MI350s. This is the first time that we actually see one of these, well, at least that's the first time I'm actually seeing 1,100 AMD MI350s. First time we're seeing AMD play a part here. They do say here the addition of AMD hardware alongside NVIDIA GPUs broadens Iren's offering and addressable market. AI cloud demand continues to outpace global supply with a growing appetite among customers to contract capacity ahead of commissioning. It's interesting, right? It's interesting because we know CoreWeave, they don't buy AMD, they only buy NVIDIA. We know from Nebius that they only buy NVIDIA as well. And they told us that, well, they told Manuel in his interview that if our customers are not asking us for any AMD GPUs, we will not be buying AMD GPUs because we have our partnership and a deep integration with NVIDIA. We will continue that way. So here, different strategy here. From Iren, of course, again, Nebius is also a software layer, so it makes sense for them to just stick to that NVIDIA ecosystem. But here, Iren did buy some AMD GPUs. I have some comments here. As global demand for compute accelerates, customers are increasingly seeking partners who can deliver scale quickly. Doubling our fleet to more than 23,000 GPUs in just a few months highlights the strength of our vertically integrated platform and our ability to meet urgent, long-term demand. The shift towards pre-contracting ahead of delivery provides further momentum for the growth of our AI cloud business. Again, this is quite important. The shift towards pre-contracting ahead of delivery provides further momentum for the growth of the AI cloud business because here again, they know what's going to happen. So, okay, this is the news for Iren. This is why the stock did go up or is still up right now. Pre-market around 10% or so. We're at $42 What does this mean for us Nebius people or CoreWeave? Nothing. Literally, literally nothing. Currently, Nebius is down just 1% pre-market. CoreWeave is down 1.1% here as well. But does something change here? No, it doesn't. It doesn't for now, and we'll see. Maybe this might suddenly accelerate a huge contract for Iren. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But this is definitely good news because they are growing their AI cloud business much quicker than previously expected. Am I a buyer here of Iren? No, um, not right now. I will be a buyer of Iren if suddenly we do get a huge multi-billion-dollar contract, just like I did with Nebius. But I still have my 900 shares of Iren right now. We do have a short every single share of bubble stock, Rigetti, IonQ. The quantum names, it's quite difficult to me to disagree with what you're saying here. Rigetti, $28, multi-billion-dollar company burning money like there's no tomorrow. Barely any revenue, but yeah, hard to disagree here. Open door back to under $1. $1, sorry. This one, I mean, you could say they still have a business, they still generate money, revenue, they're still losing, new management, etc. Could we see a huge crash in Open? For sure. Back under $1, that would be quite something. For Open. Now, quickly touching on BMNR, because that one is down now just 4.6%. So it was down 8% when I did my video earlier this morning. It was down 8%. Now, Ethereum went down 7%. Ethereum went down 7%, actually a little bit more than that, while gold continued its way up. Quite interesting. We see the divergence. Gold up, crypto goes down. In this case, Ethereum went down. As for Bitcoin, let's see what Bitcoin did. Probably Bitcoin was also down a little bit. So Ethereum went down, and so we're seeing that BMNR pre-market went down as well. Not much. It was still up 50% over the last 2 weeks. Went down 8%, now only down 4.5%. Again, when the market opens, things can change. Now, as I was editing my video, of course, in traditional fashion, there has to come out a little press release. Shout out Shark Ninja for the best fruit blenders out there. Not sponsored. So, Bitmine announces pricing of $365.24 million registered direct offering at $70 per share. Bear in mind that this was 14% premium on the closing price of BMNR on Friday. Very important. And this is basically also what MicroStrategy has been successfully doing. That's selling shares. So yes, there is some dilution there, but you're selling share at a premium. And with that money, you are, of course, going to increase, in MicroStrategy's case, you're going to increase the Bitcoin per share ratio. In this case, you are going to increase the Ethereum per share ratio. And of course, when Ethereum drops, this makes a lot more sense, right? For long-term investors, you would like to see Ethereum drop way more. BMNR, Bitmine, be able to sell their stock at a premium, use that money to buy more Ethereum, reach that 5% goal of theirs, but definitely increase the Ethereum per share ratio, because that's the end goal here. That's how you're going to see the huge outperformance. We've seen that with MicroStrategy. Bitcoin went up 10x, MicroStrategy went up 20x in that same period. Right? So it's basically, yes, it is a sort of a leverage play. You could say that. It's a sort of a leverage play. It's a way for institutions to get exposure to Ethereum, because a lot of them, if not most of them, cannot buy Ethereum outright at the moment. And you're also Again, if you believe in this whole story, that the whole financial system is going to see a refresh and the underlying infrastructure is going to be the Ethereum blockchain, then you can see how Bitmain eventually will also be making quite a lot of money through staking. Okay, I explained it all in the video why I bought my 169, very important, shares of BMNR. I know it's not a lot, but a small exposure to crypto, I guess, won't hurt the overall portfolio. So that's basically the news right now for BMNR. I wonder if SharpLink did move much, probably about the same. SBET. SBET down right now. Let's see how much. Would be surprised. Probably, yeah, also 6.7, because SBET did not have an announcement at the moment. Let's see if we've got some questions in the meantime, and then I'll continue with some price targets updates that we've got before the market opens. And why are crypto coming down? I don't know. It's just I guess sometimes you have pullbacks. You have pullbacks. Is the local expensive? No. Just it was cheap before. Just because we're up does not automatically mean that we are expensive. So no, it is not. One thing we left out of the Shift 4 video from 2 days ago, former CEO recently purchased something. Yeah, I know. But this is something I covered in a past video. But yeah, maybe I should have repeated that. So the founder and previous CEO, Jarek Isaacman, did, of course, buy a big chunk of Shift 4 shares, and he still holds an incredible amount of shares of course, his own company. But yes, thank you for the reminder. Let's see what Shift 4 is doing pre-hour. Okay, 86, basically flat a little bit. Pre-market. It smells when everyone is pumping. Eventually, big guys will wipe this. You're talking about BMNR, I assume. I don't know about pumping, but yeah, it's definitely getting a lot more traction and attention more recently, for sure. But remember, this is a thing that's back in June, end of June. So what is it? 2 months and a half ago. Nobody was talking about this because it was a completely different company, different strategy. Then it changed, and then you can see this huge pump here, insane, going from $5-6 to $160, and then crashing down. And now it's trying to see where we're going right now. But yes, I agree with you. A lot of people are talking about this. But it's always good to have both feet on the ground. I do not expect this to go back to 160 by next week or anything like that. I mean, Tom Lee says this is a 10 to 15 year thing. I know that a lot of retail players in this case only think in maybe 10 to 15 months tops, which I don't think is a good thing, especially not for this name right here. Rubric. Yes, I did talk a lot about Rubric over the last week or so. It did see a nice little rebound above that 200-day moving average. If I were to buy, it would be, yeah, today is fine for me as well. Interesting. So Iren communicated that Dell is supporting them in the data center conversion towards AI services. TSS working for Dell on the system integration segment, looking like good news for 3 stocks I own. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. I think I asked in a previous video, is SBET something you... Yeah, no, I already talked about SBET, I think, in a live stream, or maybe also in one of those BMNR videos. It's the number 2 player. If you like the number 1, this is the number 2 player. Not getting as much love, of course, as BMNR because it does not have Tom Lee. So that's it. But yeah, I could definitely see this going up as well over time, depending on their strategy moving forward, when they're going to buy more, etc., etc. Thoughts on Rocket Lab? Rocket Lab. I don't know. recent corrections. Not that much of a correction, right? Where we're down 13%. It's a little pullback. It's a little pullback, still holding that 50-day moving average. And as I said in the portfolio video, I will be accumulating a little bit more shares. Yes, I will be accumulating a bit more shares. Thought on Sezzle. I talked about Sezzle 2 days ago. I like it, which is why I put it in that video. It's a very interesting buy now pay later player that has grown quite a lot, and now we're plateauing here around $90, which could be a good base for any long-term investors. Did I watch the United versus Chelsea game? No, I did not. I was playing in it. And I scored a goal. For those that don't get a joke, apparently I am Bruno Fernandes. So yes, I did watch the game. Unfortunately, what a stupid red card. But yeah, we'll see. Not buying Shift Forward, Jarek Isaacman leaving the company. Well, he is still. Well, he's not CEO anymore, but he's still, I think, on the board and still holds the majority of shares. So he chose the CEO, which was quite close to him. And like I repeated, and like the commenter said, he recently bought a big amount of shares, so a large amount of shares. So I'm pretty sure he's quite bullish with where the company is going. But yes, I would have loved it if he remained as CEO of the company, for sure. For sure. Greetings from Austria and Germany. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Okay, now we can go and look at some price targets and some commentary from some analysts. I see an Intel one. Interesting. Okay, so let's start with the Intel one. Intel Erste Group upgrades to hold from sell, obviously after that $5 billion investment from NVIDIA, and the, of course, partnership with NVIDIA as well, which I think is a bit more important and interesting here. Tempus achieved FDA 510K clearance for RNA sequencing device. Okay, this is Chinese for me. Archer Midnight reaches new altitudes in record-breaking flight tests. So I guess this is good news for anyone owning Archer. Do I have a price target for Rubrik? No. Just that it will become a bigger company. What's my most expensive hobby outside of stocks? Probably sports. And then maybe collectibles. But yeah, probably no, traveling. Yeah, of course, traveling is way more expensive. So traveling, sports, collectibles. Ondas. By the way, my drone video was supposed to come out today, but I'm leaving it for tomorrow, since tomorrow, like it's scheduled for tomorrow, since tomorrow I will not be near my PC. So Ondas secures $3.5 million defense order for advanced ground robotics and payload systems. I wonder if the stock did probably go up pre-market. No, it did not. It did not move one bit. Interesting. Then, what do we have? I don't know this one. Couldn't care less about that. Some Google. Of course, we cannot go live stream without talking about Google. Truist reiterates a buy rating with the price target raised to $285 from $255. So let's see what they're saying here. Google maintains the key takeaways. That is, Google maintains 90+ search share, including dominance in commercial queries. AI search equals around 1% of referral traffic, negligible impact on conversions. AI chatbots expanding total addressable market rather than cannibalizing search. I wonder who's been saying this for the last couple of months. Moi. Google AI overviews prioritizes informational queries, limiting ad revenue risk, and the new fiscal year 26 quarterly estimates introduce with price targets moves to $285. Again, nothing we didn't know. Nothing we didn't know, but always good to see. CrowdStrike. Wow. Rosenblatt reiterates buy rating price target raised to $550 from $480. Incredible. So the price target is raised because they now have a 19.5 times EV to calendar year 2027 sales ratio. That's actually down from, oh no, that's from 20. So they had a 21.1 times calendar year 26, and this is 27. Okay, fine. Growth outlook of 21% year over year incorporated into the model. And then, of course, I believe they had an announcement last week, I think, an event. So that went well. The results there were quite good, and the commentary was quite good there as well. We need a video covering Iren news. I covered it at the start of this live stream. So just rewind, and that's your video. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Look at IoT, AIoT, fleet man accelerating growth. We'll look at that in a second, or in a couple of seconds. Let's see if we've got more here. So Meta, also price target of $860. That was maintained. Buy rating was maintained as well. Some commentary on digital ads, AI platform expansion, Meta Ray-Ban display AI glasses as well. A bit more commentary on the Meta Connect event, which we've talked about last week. Carnival Cruises. This one has been an outperformer as well, by the way, over the last year or so. So Goldman reiterates buy rating and price target is raised to $37. I don't know if someone here does own some cruises, but this should be some good news for you. And then we have Micron. So Stifel reiterates buy rating and the price target here is raised to $173 from $145. Sentiment on memory market and EMU rebounded ahead of earnings. Hyperscalers driven ESSD demand seen as fundamental catalyst. They expect calendar year 2026 NAND bit shipment growth to exceed expectations. Stronger memory pricing through calendar year 25 underpins raised estimates, but the question is still on 2026. Gross margin expansion sustained by inventory drawdown and product mix. And fiscal year 26 CapEx expected higher year over year, but lower CapEx to sales ratio. The price target raised on fiscal year 26 EPS outlook at around, what is it? Well, below 13.5 times fiscal year 26 EPS. Okay. I mean, Micron will report earnings tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow after the market closed. So right now, actually, let's see where Micron is at. Micron is up 0.3% right now, pre-market. But it has been doing very, very well. Very, very well. Okay. AIoT. What is this? Power fleet. Okay. This is how it looks like stock-wise. AIoT. It's probably a very small company. Yeah, he says it. $706 million. Market cap. Growth-wise, forward is not insane, although EPS is expected to grow much faster than that. We don't have any filings because it is too small of a company for every platform to actually have information on it. Let's see if we got some estimates here. So revenue in fiscal 25 is expected to drop, so something is happening here for now, but it is expected to then grow a little bit more in the upcoming 2 fiscal years. Basic income is basically He's basically flat. Basic. Let's see if we got some cash flows. Net income and maybe free cash flow. Where is it? Here. So let's remove this. So no net income, no free cash flow, although we might be getting free cash flow in fiscal 26 and fiscal 27. Quite a lot, actually, a huge jump there. But other than that, I don't have that much information. They provide wireless Internet of Things asset management solutions in the United States, Israel, and internationally. The company offers real-time intelligence for organizations to capture IoT data from various types of assets with devices and sensors to increase efficiencies. Okay, this is already quite complicated. Not for me, is basically what I'm saying. Not for me, for now. Oh, there was a comment here somewhere. Actually, see if we have a little update here. The heat map, nothing much has changed. In the meantime, we still have Iren up 11.2%. Nebius has now turned green, 0.1. AMD is up 0.1. BMNR now only down 3.7, 3.8%. Oscar is red despite Jose not being here, but maybe when the market will open, that might change. That might change when the market will open. Maybe we got some new news. Yeah, I know. Micron drops after earnings. Yeah, but don't forget that we already got our guidance update, for Micron a month ago from the company. So we know that the numbers are going to be good. We know that margins are going to be good as well. So that information is not going to be a surprise. It's probably going to be about the guidance on fiscal 26. Fiscal 26, if they do tell us, okay, we will be sold out, pricing is locked in, etc., I think we could be going higher after the earnings report. That's just my prediction. Of course, it doesn't help that we are already up so much over the last couple of weeks. Would have been great if we were around these prices way before, which I think it should have been, because it was quite cheap. Still is cheap, but okay. But now going into this earnings report, we do have a little bit more pressure on the delivery, right? Is it priced to perfection? I don't think it's priced to perfection, but it's priced with some anticipation of some good news during the earnings call. That's for sure. What collectibles do I collect? I have a lot, actually, of graded Pokemon cards. I have a complete base set as well, not graded, but mint-ish, I would say. And then I do have F1 helmets, like Max Verstappen helmets. Some of them are signed, some of them not yet, and Funko Pops as well. That's what I have. I am bullish on Rubric. Yes, I am bullish on Rubric, but I don't own it yet. Yeah, I've seen the rumors circulate. I've seen the post also on X about that, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think I talked about this before. I wouldn't be surprised if they do acquire another Ethereum treasury company just to instantly increase their holdings. The question is going to be, who's going to be at a premium? Is BMNR going to say that their stock should be at a premium, and so we're getting a better deal, or will the acquired company say that, oh no, we need to be sold at a premium? That's going to be the question. United Health. Where was United Health? Ah, 333. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean it's where we were after the latest gap down. So we'll see if that holds. We'll see if that holds. The stock was also overbought here at $361. So we did get across the board. We did get some solid pullbacks because a lot of stocks were overbought. Let's face it. Starting September, a lot of stocks were overbought. So um, I like to see healthy pullbacks. Going back to the AIoT, so fleet management is basically just monitoring your stuff like vehicles. The recent contract with Sixt, for example, to monitor vehicles. But why would we want someone else to monitor our vehicles? Or is it for future autonomous fleets type of thing? Which I think that would make more sense. Thank you for a super chat. What do you think of Duolingo? I own it. I'm down 15% on it, but I still own it, and I still think we will be good for Duolingo. We were higher, then it dropped. Duocon was not incredible, but okay. Well, now here again. Let's see what happens. The 50-day moving average is at 327. I don't think that we're going to see crazy moves for Duolingo, at least until the next earnings report. Unless they suddenly release something very big or they share more information maybe about the chess, because I have an Android and chess is now available on Android devices. So maybe I'll try it out. But yeah, I'm still bullish on the business until they prove me otherwise. Right? If suddenly paying subscribers go down, daily active users go down, etc., then okay, I will say, okay, I was wrong. What do you believe for HIMS? HIMS did what I thought it would do, which was rebound on the 200-day moving average. Here, ping. I don't own it, but for those that do own it, I hope you know that you own it for the platform side of the business and not purely for the GLP-1 side of it. Shouldn't really think about whether Micron would go up or down post earnings. You should think if it's going to 200 or back to 120, which is more likely. I don't know why 120. Probably because that was the last time it rebounded. Yeah. But from 160 to 120, we do have some stops that the stock could be making. For example, there is here a little gap, 140, 145 or so. But what's more likely, to me, more likely is 200. But in the meantime, it can again pull back a little bit, of course. How many Labubus do you have? I have 5. No, 4 now. I had 6. I gave 2 away. Now I have 4. Should have. Let's see what Pop Mart is doing. No, I don't think it's this one. Pop Mart. Which one can it be? Unless they did a split, I don't think so. Pop Mart International. Let's see. In Hong Kong dollars. Okay, fine as well. Year to date, it's up 193%, but it did have a drawdown since the end of August. So we're down 20% here on the Pop Mart business, which of course sells Labubus. Yeah, I had a ton of 151s actually, like a ton of it, because that was before every single thing went was sold out every single day. So I had that. Prismatic, I did not have a lot. Actually, I had barely couple of packs, but that's about it. Otherwise, I just buy graded cards, and sometimes if something's in stock, then I manage to pick up something. But to open, I like to open. I like to open. Celestica, okay, because this is a name. What is it? CLS, yeah. This is a name that has been popping up on, whoops, in the chat before. So Celestica is a Canadian company, but it's also listed on the New York Stock Exchange, which has been doing very well. Over the last 5 years, it's up 3,300%. It's up 400% over the last 12 months and 169% year to date. It's worth $29 billion, trailing PE 54.8 times, forward 41.1 times. They provide hardware, platform, and supply chain solutions in North America, Europe, and Asia. It operates through two segments: advanced technology solutions and connectivity and cloud solutions. It grew fine over the last 3 years compounded, expected to grow approximately the same for the next 2 years, with EPS growing faster than that. Last quarter, revenue did grow 21%, adjusted EPS up 54%, gross margin 11.7, free cash flow $120 million. Okay. Let's see margins here. So margins, it's not that high, right? Gross operating EBITDA net free cash flow is not that high. Performance-wise, it performed extremely well, but this is not a high margin business for now, at least. For now. Going back here to, this is I think I answered this question in a comment section. So I'll answer this right now here as well. dLocal versus PayPal, it's very different types of picks, because PayPal you pick right now because it's extremely undervalued and I really don't see how you lose money on it. dLocal, it's just a question of how long it's going to take for it to turn out. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because then I can actually print money with the options. dLocal is a company right now where I don't need the market to understand there. It's growing fast, it's profitable, it's a very good business. High growth company or extremely undervalued company? Which one would you pick? dLocal is, of course, much, much smaller than a PayPal. So from a multi-bagger perspective, you might want to choose one over the other. Although I would still think that PayPal goes back to 300 for over the next 3 years, which should be much easier because there are way less shares available on the market. And it's a better business today than it was before. So, yeah. I own both. I don't know which one I would choose today because both of them are just, to me, extreme buys at the moment. Yes, I am confident with my options. I'm confident with my options. I do hope we do get some solid momentum with the stock, and the messaging from the management becomes a bit more aggressive. Russell, thank you for the super chat. What do you think of BTBT? What the heck is this now? BTBT. Bit Digital owns 80% of White Fiber. You're asking me here very strange questions. BTBT, White Fiber. What is this? Like, is this like the same game as the WorldCoin Orbs type of thing? White Fiber, stability in a volatile digital world. What is this? White fiber. High performance GPU. Okay. Ah. NVIDIA GPUs. Okay. High performance GPU cloud solutions for AI machine learning. It's also an NVIDIA preferred partner. Interesting. But BTBT, I don't know. BTBT, what is Bit Digital? Let's see if they see something. Bit Digital investors. Do they have anything interesting? MNAV, no, NAV per share. Dot MNAV. Investor presentation. No, I would love it if everyone does the same thing as SharpLink, like the dashboard thing. So the last time we got an update from Bit Digital, they told us the following thing. The company held approximately 121,252 ETH. So not much. Not much, right? Compared to Bitmine and even compared to SharpLink. SharpLink. How much did they have the last time we checked? Let's see. Do have 14 minutes until the market opens. I will have to ding it alone this time. So SharpLink has 838,152. So quite a lot more. Quite a lot more in this case. So I don't know. We see a lot of these new small, well, it's not new, I know, but these smaller names pop up right now. So I don't know. I mean, because you're always playing the same game basically. So why not just go with the number one? If not number one, number two. So here we have maybe the top signal. The trend is over for Labubus. That is not good. But thank you for the heads up. I don't collect watches. I have a watch. This was my grandfather watch, IWC, and that's the only watch of value that I own. Other than that, nothing. Nothing for now. Who knows? Maybe in the future, but no, I don't. Like my watches are usually what did I wear? Swatch, and that's it, and a smartwatch from the Pixel Watch, but that's about it. Company becomes NVIDIA preferred partner. Gosh, yeah, no, but not this time. Not this time. We have enough. We have enough of those. Will I add more local today? Maybe. I don't know what's going to happen today, but I'm in no rush. Might be buying a little bit more of Rocket Lab first. But then again, it's not like there is a ranking of whatever is more attractive. I'll buy. A bit, yeah, it's basically another ETH treasury they use to mine Bitcoin and convert them to ETH. Then their business slow and shifted to data center and maintain ETH treasury. Okay, so I guess that's where white fiber comes in. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. I wonder how you got 70%, or what did you say, 80% of it? 80% of what? How do you go from being a Bitcoin miner turned into an ETH treasury and owning 80% of white fiber, which is now also an NVIDIA preferred partner? Guys, I think we're in the wrong business. I think we're in the wrong business should have just accumulated a ton and ton of GPUs and then just start doing these types of schemes. Um, we would have been um, in a very good place. And yeah, no, I agree. I agree, but I don't care about the value of it because it's you can offer me $1 million, I will not sell it. I will not sell it to anyone because this was my grandfather's watch. Uh, I cannot explain even though I didn't I do the elevator pitch to you last week. If I did, I just it's the same thing. But if I have to explain the whole thesis, I don't think I will do it in a live stream. I think I did it a lot of times already in other videos. But it's um, purely investing in the global south, the emerging markets, the countries that are expected to grow fast, that are moving up the technology ladder, I'd say, extremely quickly. The local market cap, small compared to the market that they're playing in. Great CEO, good business, profitable business, growing very quickly. And I like fintech, as you know. As you know, I like fintech. Talking about fintech, SoFi is, let's see where SoFi is right now. It's down 0.5%. That was okay. That was another person last week. So I guess every week someone else needs an elevator pitch on a on the same company in this case. On the same company in this case. Stefano has an IWC Chronopilot. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know why this thing does not want to load. Maybe this also takes a while. Come on, SoFi. Actually, it's the whole of TradingView that doesn't move. It's the whole of TradingView that doesn't move. Great stuff. Great stuff. But anyways, we have okay. Here is better. Intel is flat. AMD is in the green now a little bit. SoFi, where are you at? SoFi is here, still down 0.5. Still down 0.5. Okay. Not much. Again, pre-market, nothing much changes. For now. Nothing much changes for now. We have SoFi at $29.40. This one has been very, very close to 30. But I don't have options on SoFi, so I couldn't care less if we don't go higher. I do wonder if we are going to see this thing retrace to the 50-day moving average, which is around $24 or so. Although for a while it went up and up and up quite confidently and comfortably without even touching or coming close to the 50-day moving average for SoFi. Adam, good luck and have a good rest of your Monday. What about Shift 4? Shift 4 is flat pre-market. Literally did not move. Literally did not move. Open up a position in Rubrik on Friday. Good luck. I don't think you need luck because I think the company executes quite well. Just don't panic if it does drop a little bit. I think it's still accumulation time, I would say. I use 50, 100, and 200 simple day moving averages, which is this thing here at the top. But yeah, again, it's just a technical thing. I'm not a technical genius, far from it. It just sometimes helps me to look at what's going on with certain stocks. Okay, we have a comment from X, so I have to look at it. Welcome, B. Snap is up, which means it's going to recover all of the gap down crash that we saw after the last earnings report. What happened with Snap? Let's see. What happens with Snap? So a semi-announcement of something. Let's see. Nothing. I see nothing for now. Literally, I'm looking at some things here and there is no news. No, okay. Apparently it jumped 13% overnight, now a bit less, after unveiling Snap OS 2.0, an operating system built for its forthcoming Snap Spectacles AR glasses. So I guess after Meta Connect, they are riding the momentum wave here, and this is basically the reason why. Still a very bad company for public shareholders, because the only people that got paid are the insiders. All the rest have been literally crushed. I mean, look at this. It went public back in 2017 at around $30 or so. We're now at $9. The majority of the money goes to stock-based compensation. And so, yeah, not that great. Not that great. And I still don't know who the freak uses Snap. Unless you are an OnlyFans person, then yes, this is just another funnel for you. This is just another funnel for you. I did not talk about. I did say that Oscar was red despite Jose not being here, which is a first. Which is a first. But we'll see what happens when the market does open. Will you invest? Well, you check my latest video that was released an hour ago, and you will know that I did buy BMNR. My sentiment around Duolingo has not changed. No, not changed at all. My sentiment doesn't change based on stock price. My sentiment changes based on the business not performing or performing very well. Gurgavin will ask you to pay 10K just to recommend. It's a big account on X. For those that don't know, I use Snap, but why don't you use a normal messaging app? That's my question. What's the point? Like, you have WhatsApp or you have whatever the Apple thing is, iMessages. Why use the disappearing function of Snaps? To me, it just doesn't make much. Like, it was cool when we were kids, younger. It's like, oh, you send a picture, it disappears after a while, or you have some cool filters, but that's about it. But yeah, I never understood really the big use cases of it, but maybe I'm a boomer right now. Joseph, hello, good morning. So all in all, anything interesting? Yes, Iren is up 7.4% only now because they doubled their GPU capacity. They did add 1,100 AMD GPUs. AST is up 3.7. Nebius is up 3.4 now. That's wait, what? So we're back above $100. Interesting. BMNR managed to sell stock at a premium, 14% to be exact, premium. So they might probably buy more shares, more ETH. The reason why AST Space Mobile is up is because they landed a major investment from Latin America's biggest telco. So yeah, that's the reason why the stock is up a little bit pre-market. But as for Nebius, we do have 20 seconds before I have to ding this thing. I don't see anything special for Nebius for now that would suggest why the stock is up. I don't know. But anyways, we are going to open the market right now. Ding, 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 ding. Markets are open. I should maybe like No, it's not a good ding, ding, ding. But anyways, ding, 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 bing, bong, bing, bong. Bells are everywhere. We are open. The stock market is open. We are starting the week off. This is the fake heat map. Look at the watch list here. The heat map um, will refresh itself in a second. So, as of right now, we've got a lot more red than green, but we'll let it marinate a little bit. We'll let it marinate a little bit and see how things evolve over the next couple of minutes, and then I will not be able to stay too long because I have to go in 5 minutes or so. So what do we have? We have some red. We have Nvidia red. We have Broadcom red. Amazon is a bit red. Tesla is up 1.5. Apple is up 1.5. Iren is now only up 5%, although it's the start of the day. So things can change. Nebius is now only up 1.8. AST is up 2.8. Uber is up 2%. Did you see that? Before it disappears, let me show you again. Right, where is this? Where did it go? Uber is at $100, ladies and gentlemen. Uber is at 101, actually, $101. You see what happens when Jose is not here. Uber is that is great. My prediction. Now I'm okay. Now I'm good. Now my prediction is has been completed, and we're good. We're good to go right now. As for my watch list is having issues. Okay, if my watch list is having issues, then we go back to the heat map. If we go back to the heat map, we have a watch list. So Uber is above $100. Nebius is above $100. AMD is closing in back at the $160 mark. The local is up 1.6. Micron is flat. I don't know why, but it seems like the trading view is not liking the fact that we are making too much money these days. But anyways, we have now a bit more of a mixed watch list, I would say. BMNR is now down 8%. So as the volume increases, well, this stock took a hit. It's now down a little bit. Let me actually refresh this. Maybe this might work better. And now we'll see if this works. If not, then I guess the trading view is broken. Because my watch list is adios. Oscar is down, so unfortunately, Oscar is down. Okay, everything works now. Oscar down, not much, 2%. BMNR down 8%. CoreWeave is down 3.8%, close to 4%. Nebius is still up. Uber is still up. Iren is now recovering a little bit, up 7.4%. So that's good. SoFi is down 1.5. So we're going back here to $29. PayPal is down because, well, no, we don't need reasons to explain why PayPal is down. United Health is down 0.4, not by much. Marvell 0.3. Let's see what Adobe is doing. This fine morning, also down a little bit. CRM, which is Salesforce, still $245. Figma would probably say still 50, 56, still the same. Chime is at Chime is up 3.3%. Okay, so it did start to bottom out a tiny bit for Chime. For anyone that was interested in Chime, I did cover that last week. So we're seeing a nice A small rebound. Sezzle is down 2.8, so still around $90. Rubrik is down 0.9%, so not much has changed there. Dave is another good fintech company that has also rebounded quite nicely. What else did we cover recently? Let's see. Shift 4 doesn't move. Sharp Links probably also down 6.4% at the moment. Are you looking to buy Apple? No, not really. Not really. It's a very boring company that does not really innovate much these days, unless you think that a new iPhone is innovative or something like that. I'm not that interested in Apple. Tremendous business, but not interested. Not interested at the moment. Google is flat, so at least there's that. Google is flat. Yeah, Oscar is struggling now, but that's because Jose is not in Florida. If you were in Florida, I think that would have been a different thing. What else could we quickly look at right now? The local is up 2.2%, very nice. Did we see Visa come down more recently or not? Yeah, it did. Yes, it did indeed. Although it's around that 200-day moving average, which might be a good thing. Which might be a good thing for those that are interested in that. Too bad. People have a negative view of PayPal because of their decision to ban certain games on content. Are you talking about the Steam thing? Because I'm not sure it was a PayPal decision. Plus, I used Steam yesterday and I paid with PayPal. But again, Braintree is not something you will see. Venmo is a US thing and people love it. So Tesla moving? Well, how much? Yes, it is up 3%, $439. Probably has to do with the fact that Elon and President Trump were seen together yesterday, right after the feud and all of that. Maybe. So again, not really business related, but I guess that might be the reasoning behind it. And also the fact that the $7,500 EV tax credit is expiring pretty soon, which might, of course, mean that a lot more people want to buy Tesla cars right now. So that could mean a very good Q3 for the company. Intel is still around $30. And that's it. Nothing that crazy. Yeah, AMD 160 is definitely the fight. The fight right now. Oscar continues to go down a little bit. BMNR is recovering now, only down 6.2%. Only down 6.2%. MasterCard, let's see. MasterCard doing much better than Visa. What about yeah, they are doing the best. They're doing the best. I did see for those that are American Express Platinum in the United States, I think right now you're also getting YouTube Premium for free as an added value if you're a Platinum member. Because I think they changed a lot of things last week, or they announced a lot of things last week. So if you are a holder of Amex Platinum, maybe you should check it out and actually see how much value you can get from it. Probably some nice upgrades at hotels, maybe flights as well, that could definitely surpass the cost of paying for this card. Could we see a pullback this week across the board? It's definitely a possibility. Remember that September was supposed to be a bad month. As of right now, we are quite well. This is the performance of the last month. So quite quite a good performance, especially for us tech type of investors. If you are in the health sector, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. Yeah, the Amex Platinum did raise the fees, but I looked at it. The value that you're getting from it in the US is quite something. Is quite something. If you use it correctly, you can get a lot more from it. A lot more from it. Oscar did not drop 10%. They are only down 3.2% right now. Wait, Auster? I thought Oscar. I don't know what Auster is. I've seen that name before, but I don't know what they do. They're down 8.17%. No, September historically as a month is bad, as I've shown you in the past. It's on average the worst month of the year for the stock market. Back half of the year is not that bad usually. Back half of the year is not that bad usually. Yes, there is some tax loss harvesting going on, etc., etc. But September as a specific month is supposed to be the worst one. But we have not seen that happen. We have not seen that happen right now. Anyways, I have to go. So thank you all for joining me this morning. Hopefully tomorrow Jose can open up the market, and then we should be back. We should be back together. After that, I will have specific videos planned for the rest of the week. Do have the drone video dropping tomorrow. Was supposed to drop today, but it's dropping. It's dropping tomorrow. So we'll see each other tomorrow. Hopefully we have a wonderful, wonderful week. Lots of greens, maybe some pullbacks. Healthy pullbacks are also fine. So anyways, thank you.